Hey guys, and welcome back to day 4 in this spring cleaning series, week 1. We are here in the kitchen. I am going to be getting the stove cleaned today. It's going to be a big job, so it's going to take me a while. This and the dishwasher are all that I have planned today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start out by removing all of the little burners and then the little, I don't know what these things are called, but they get really dirty. So I'm gonna be using an SOS pad because I just have them on hand. I bought them years ago. I hardly ever use them, but I do use them on the stove when I do deep clean, which is like probably the second time that I've done this in the last year and a half that we've lived here. But anyway, so I'm gonna use that and scrub it really good to get it clean. Now, if yours don't come clean and they're really bad, you can buy replacements, but in my opinion, like, why replace it if you can get it clean? So I'm gonna get these really clean, and you'll see here when I'm done scrubbing them up how nice and clean and shiny they are. I'm also going to take the SOS pad and just clean around these holes here on the stovetop because crud tends to collect under those little black things that I just cleaned just around the holes here. And then I'm going to take my rag multiple times, rinsing it out each time just to make sure I get all that cleaner off, and I actually cleaned it really well. Our stove lifts up on the top, making it easy to clean this area here. So I'm going to start with some hot water and just pour that on there, let it sit. While it's sitting and softening up the mess, I'm going to clean up the hood and be sure to spray underneath because food splatters up there. And then also, if you need to wash your little filter thing here, you can definitely do that. I've heard of people throwing it in the dishwasher, but ours did not need cleaning. It looked brand new, so I'm just going to skip that step. I'm also going to clean off the knobs and the control panel of the stove and make sure that's all nice and clean. And then I'm going to move to wiping down the walls because there's a lot of food splatters that get here near the stove and just above the counters. So I'm going to spray it down with my all-purpose cleaner and wipe it with the rag, and I'm just going to work my way around the entire kitchen. Now moving back to the stove, I'm just going to take my rag and just kind of sop up that water that I had sitting in there so that way it doesn't splash around when I'm cleaning. And then I'm going to take my SOS pad, the same one that I was using earlier, and I'm just going to scrub and scrub and scrub and get this clean. I was actually pretty pleasantly surprised at how nice and clean it came. It was not perfect, but it definitely looked way better. There were a few spots that were like crusted on there and would not come clean, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. Since I've got the stovetop open, I'm going to clean the sides of it where food tends to spill down there and you don't even notice it. And then I'm also going to get the edges of the countertops on both sides of the stove. Now that I'm finished with the stovetop, I can go ahead and put that back together and then move on to the oven. I was a little afraid to use the self-clean option on the oven because we have an older oven and I don't know, I just am always nervous about using those. So I made a paste with baking soda and a little bit of water and a squirt of dish soap, and I'm using my scrubber, non-scratch scrubber sponge, and I'm just going to scrub the oven, try to get it as clean as possible. It took me a very long time to do this. And you just scrub a bunch and then you use your rag to wipe it all out multiple times. Lots of rinsing, lots of wiping because you don't want to leave any residue because the baking soda tends to leave residue if you don't wash it off good enough. So I wanted to make sure I got that all off really good. As you can see, it did not do anything on the glass, but the rest of the oven was a little bit cleaner. It didn't look horrible, but there were still some spots I could not get off. So now we're just gonna move on to the outside of the oven here in this little vent area. I'm just gonna squirt in there and use an old toothbrush to kind of get that dust and grime out of there. Don't forget to clean and wipe out the drawer underneath the oven. I just use mine for storage and it collects a lot of crumbs and stuff, so I'm also going to clean that. I'm also going to sweep in front of the stove because I kind of made a mess of crumbs as I was cleaning out the stove. Next, we're going to be moving on to cleaning out the dishwasher. Now, if yours has a removable filter, then make sure you take that out and scrub it really good. Unfortunately, mine does not, so I had to consult my manual to see how it said to clean. Yes, it had not been opened since 2006. So the manual said to take a glass dish and put it on the bottom of the dishwasher rack, fill it with 2 cups of vinegar. So I'm using my all-purpose cleaner, which is just citrus infused, and then also a little bit of regular vinegar, and I'm going to run a regular cycle. I'm going to give the outside a good wipe down, and then I'm going to gather my kitchen rugs and throw them in the washer. That wraps up day 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you back for day 5 tomorrow.